Welcome everybody to Rum Ramblings. Joe, take it away.
All right, good evening, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Rum Ramblings, our DisDads Club Convention 7 pre-shows. We've done quite a few of these since the beginning of the summer, about midsummer, I guess, maybe. There's going to be another round of introductions and questions and getting to know some fellow dads that are going to be at DDC 7. At this point, we're at 51 days on my calendar for your hosts. So Adam and Terry and I believe Carl are going to be there on January 5th. So it's the 51-day countdown for us. So those of you guys coming in and 1 or 2 days behind us, I hope you're excited. We're inside the window and it's getting closer. I know that there's that thing called Christmas in between, but
who cares?
I don't really celebrate that. I'm more excited for the DDCC. So again, tonight we're going to interview a couple more guys. Not a whole lot of updates. I mean, we heard this week that Disney had announced the gondolas were going to be active sometime in the fall. So that's nothing to look forward to. We'll just be watching all the cables and the stations get developed while we're there. I don't think there's any new major developments in the past week since we went live last Tuesday. Anything else, Terry, that we caught up on? I mean, last Tuesday was big Fast Pass day, so we got all those things knocked out.
Yeah, no, nothing else. A couple more guys have managed to get times close to us, I guess, what we've got, and that, so it's all shaping up well.
Great. So that means we should have almost a full train, if not a completely full train, for Seven Dwarfs.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Maybe Big Thunder, so that'll make for great year flashback videos and ride pictures. So,
Joe, we've got to get you one of those GoPro hats. So you put the GoPro on top of your head and turn it around backwards.
Yeah. I may order the head mount. You never know. Yeah. I think it was only like $40, $30, something like that.
Have you seen the black ball cap? It's already built into it. You don't have to wear the goofy little strap.
No.
Yeah, my buddy's got one. It was like $20 off of Amazon. It's got a clip in the front and a clip in the back.
I'll find that.
Well, what we need is two, right? We need to get him two with the strap. He can put one camera going forward, one going back, so that they can be Mickey ears.
Exactly. That'd be awesome. But anyway, I think at this point we're ready to get started with our guest tonight. We've got 3 new faces. So I'll hand it over to Terry. We'll go ahead and do a couple quick introductions. We've got let's see, on my Jerry, I don't know where it's at, but
Jerry Faust at the top. Is that correct, Jerry?
Fahu.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Jason Powis. Yep. And Michael Ty.
How y'all doing?
Cheers, gentlemen.
So got the tiki drink going. It's been a good week. Time to do some interviews. Terry, take it away.
All right. Well, Jerry, let's start with you. Can you tell us your name and a little bit about yourself, where you live, where you're from?
Okay, Jerry, we live in Gonzales, which is right outside of Baton Rouge. Originally from a small little town near Lafayette, Louisiana as well. About an hour and a half where we're at now. I work in construction, and we enjoy going to parks.
Cool. What do you do in construction?
I'm an estimator for an industrial pipe applicator.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome. I did a bit of estimating myself. That was a lifetime ago.
It's an interesting industry. It has ups and downs depending on price of oil. Not as bad as, I would say, the drilling side of things, but it takes a little while for it to affect the plant itself. Drilling is feast or famine for those guys, but
yeah, it's not an industry for the faint of heart, for sure.
No, it gets concerning at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do a little estimating myself. I try to estimate how much money I need to go to my next trip, but that's a different topic. Go ahead.
Always run a little short on that, but
So are any of y'all running when y'all are down there in January?
Hell no.
For bar.
Or bar? That's one of our objectives while we're down there. I'm just signing up a marathon. So we don't get down there until 11. Since we're driving, it'll be really late afternoon. I think we may try to go to Animal Kingdom that night, ride a ride or two, eat something, go back to our room, and the next day's picking up our kids and meeting y'all in Magic Kingdom. And I have 2 fast passes. I don't think we would be done with the expo before y'all's first fast pass. But I know I got a 7 Dwarfs Mine Train and either Haunted Mansion or Big Thunder Mountain. I forget which one it is.
Big Thunder?
Yeah, whichever one's the later in the afternoon or right before the, I think, 3:30 picture is what I read somewhere.
Yeah. Those are a little fluid, but that's kind of what we're aiming for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome to catch up. Okay, so are you running then Saturday morning or?
No, just a marathon.
Oh, okay. Sunday morning. Yeah.
Yeah. So that Saturday we're eating at Tony's, like a 5:30 reservation. Because obviously I'm gonna wake up at like 2 in the morning, so we're going to try to go to bed at a decent hour.
Yeah, that's a fun time.
Yeah. And the day after the race, we're going to Animal Kingdom. Yeah. And then we'll be there until the following Friday. But I think most of y'all are leaving Sunday, Monday range.
A lot of the guys are. Some of us are hiding in the house till they kick us out on Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that'll be awesome, though.
Yeah.
So, how many kids do you have?
We have 2. The oldest just turned 5 earlier this month, and 1-year-old. He turned 1 in August. So he's going to be making his 3rd trip so far. We got annual passes in April, and so it's been our year of Disney is what we're coining the phrase around here. So it started off in April. Then me and my wife did a weekend trip where we flew in July.
Nice.
Then we brought the kids back in September to do the Halloween party, which was
how was
brutally
that?
hot. And January is going to be our last family trip. And in March, me and my daughter are going to fly and do a weekend daddy-daughter trip.
Awesome.
And that will conclude the year of Disney.
That's a hell of a year, though.
Yeah, pretty solid year there. I mean, the AP helps, you get some pretty good room discounts. A little money off of food here and there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think most of us here have done a daddy-daughter trip. I don't know if Jason has or not, but
No, not yet.
She's super excited because she hasn't flown before. So I think that's the biggest part she's looking forward to is getting on the airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But she's scared of most of the ride. So I asked her on our last trip what was her favorite part, and she tells me the pop. We get the $10 refillable bucket, and she eats popcorn all day.
right on.
So I was like, no, what was your favorite thing, ride? The beignets, because we stayed at Port Orleans last time.
Nice.
The beignets. I'm like, so you're a Disney food fan. Got it.
Everybody has their own magic.
Yeah.
Everybody has their weakness.
I don't. What are you talking about?
So,
Yours is more of an addiction rather than a weakness. We might have to have an intervention for you before we leave.
Oh, maybe go to the refrigerator.
Dilly bars don't count.
So, Jerry, we know where your daughter's love of Disney comes from, the food, obviously.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Well, there's kind of a strange thing when we got married almost 10 years ago. We'll make 10 years in June. Or when we started talking about honeymoons, it's like, okay, can we go to beach or an island or this and that. And I'm like, I don't really care for the sand. I get sunburned like it's nobody's business. So I'm pretty sure my wife suggested, oh, what about Disney? I'm like, yeah, that sounds perfect. We'll just be big old kids on our honeymoon. Sounds like a winning game plan in my book. So
we'll add that to the reasons why you married her.
Yeah, well, now I think she may regret that because now I'm all in on the Disney thing. And she's like, people are kind of saying, oh, you're going again? I'm like, is that a problem? Is something wrong with that? So, when we went, and we didn't go again until I ran the marathon in 2016. So we had kind of a break there. And that was the first time we brought our kid. She was 3 at that point, and just brought back a lot of good memories that I had going with my dad, and, bringing her on the People Mover and Carousel Progress and different little things in the park. I was like, oh, this is really exciting. She was pumped the whole time. We learned valuable lessons about getting the dining plan, which I've obviously forgotten because now I've added it to our next trip. I found that bringing kids to restaurants 6 or 7 days in a row is a terrible idea because that's not, our normal thing at the house. And until recently, I didn't like Dole Whips. That was a new development here in September. And I like the one at Animal Kingdom way more than I like the one at Magic Kingdom. The rum doesn't hurt.
You redeemed yourself from the beginning of your conversation.
Yeah. Now, the cinnamon roll at Gaston's my all-time favorite snack in all the parks.
Really?
Yeah. One trip, it was our last night in Magic Kingdom, and we were by Space Mountain. I said, look, I'm going to go get some to take home. It's like, okay. So I think they went ride Buzz, and I walked over there, and I said, hey, I would like to get, I think it was like 4 or 5 cinnamon rolls. And the cast member looked at me, she goes, they're big. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I saw somebody had one in a to-go box, so if I could get like 5 of those, that'd be great. It's like, all right. So I rung that up. I've never had so many people look at me funny walking from Gaston's to Tomorrowland, because I'm walking like this with a big box. There's 5 of them stacked up. And looking
I truly miss the original from Main Street Bakery before it became a $6.
Yeah. I don't think I ever had the one from the original, but
instead of the maple flavored icing, it was a cream cheese icing. Just a preference, but same concept.
Yeah, they're very good.
That's awesome.
So we're just trying to experience different resorts and new little experiences. I think we added Disney After Hours on our last day on this trip. So that should be interesting. The park's closing pretty early, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock is what they have posted right now.
Yeah.
That'll change.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that'll probably change once they get levels figured out a little more, but
well, and they
I've
sell
seen them change as early as or as late as the week before too. But we'll see. Hope unless there's private events booked, like you say, the after hours thing might be what they're going for.
Yeah, I think they have one on the Tuesday as well. Maybe there was 2 days, and I think they're firing them off. The Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios versions are supposed to be starting up soon as well.
Oh, okay.
And I think there's some mornings that they have the extra Magic Morning, whatever that paid event's called, which didn't seem like that great of a deal to me. So we just went with the extra Magic Hours. And the goal is to try to eat like maybe 4 to 5 Mickey bars in that 3-hour span.
Joe likes that.
Yeah. Nice. I think the last time we did it, how many I ate, Shree? I had 3 and 1 Mickey sandwich. And
the stickless Mickey bar.
My stomach was not pleased with me for that. It was worth it, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, have you made any of the other DDCs, Jerry, or is this your first one?
This will be my first one. I think the first time that we would have crossed paths would have been marathon weekend in 2016. And at that point, I was just kind of getting into it. The whole reason I found the DIS was I was researching the marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to find out about it. And then I found the DisDads group, and I posted on there, and they're like, hey, look, we're not really active on the forum anymore, but we have a Facebook group. And so somebody hooked me up with that, and that was kind of where I came in. So probably around 2016, been following, and early November, I piss and moan about Alabama beating us every year. Nick Saban could die, that'd be great. All of that.
The fountain of youth is in Tuscaloosa.
I mean, everybody's playing for second place here, until the guy retires, and then you'll still have like 4 or 5 years of dominance.
I was going to say, how long did it take Les Miles to screw that up?
It took him a couple years. If he would just change his offense, he could still be coaching. Now it looks like he's going to Kansas, is the rumors. So now we have a shrimp boat captain as our coach. It really fits the water boy stereotype for us.
Barbara for hands.
Yeah.
It's an H2O.
Yeah, in fact, when we did the Halloween party, we were doing a meet and greet with Gaston, and he asked where we were from, and I said, oh, from Baton Rouge, and he goes, oh, I hear you got a football coach over there that talks funny. So I was like, football. Started laughing, and it's like, yeah, that guy, we got it. I'm not a fan of the hire. I don't get paid big bucks to make those kind of decisions at LSU.
So, Jerry, you're coming in on Friday then, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's going to be great. We're going to get a chance to meet up with you for some rides and group picture. You're going to Tony's though for supper?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably a wise move, because if you're running the next day, is a really good chance that if you went to the Wave, we'd arm twist you into whatever we're doing later that night.
Well, it's Tony's for the carbs, for pasta. So yeah. It's something pretty safe. There's not a lot of variations of it, and I know that it's not going to cause a lot of problems. Now, we've never been to Tony's. For the most part, I think most of Magic Kingdom's table service leave a lot to be desired. And that's my nice way of saying it. I do like some of the quick services more so than other places. Like Pecco Bill's is one of my favorite quick services over there.
Yeah.
But
I've heard a lot of people really enjoy Tony's. I've never been there myself either, but
it's gotten much better. They've got a new chef they moved over there in the last year. It's greatly improved.
Okay. Good. Yeah, so we have that in Yak and Yeti post-marathon.
Nice.
I really like that place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to think one morning we're going to the boardwalk for the character breakfast over there. It's a weird name restaurant, and I'm going to destroy it if I even pretend to say it. But I think it's Ariel.
Bon Voyage breakfast.
That's
Yeah.
Trattoria.
Yeah, that one. So that'll be a first on that one. And I don't know, a couple other ones here and there. Like I said, we try to do different things. Like we never done sci-fi, so we're going to sci-fi for our first time.
that's fun.
That is fun.
Usually 50s Primetime Cafe calls my name. The meatloaf
Yes.
fried chicken's hard to beat.
Mom sampler.
And a milkshake to I get a milkshake to
PB&J?
to watch the
Yep.
fireworks.
Peanut butter and jelly with a shot of Kahlua and our anything else you want to add.
I'm not a peanut butter and jelly fan, though.
Oh, but in that milkshake, it is phenomenal when you add the Kahlua.
Really?
That's why it's on the menu over at
In the bar, the tune-in lounge?
Min and Bill's.
Oh, okay.
They added it to their menu, that milkshake, but it was certain DisDads may have started that at prime time.
Well, I'm also upset with Hollywood Studios. The first time I ever had the carrot cake cookie thing, it was the second last day they had it in its old format. And, I read, you have to try. So I was like, okay, we're going to try it. And I was like, okay, this thing is awesome. And I get home from that trip, and they're like, yeah, it's not there anymore. And then the new one comes out, and it sucks. I'm like, well, that is a big disappointment. That happened with me with the mac and cheese and pot roast in Magic Kingdom. I was a big fan of. Had that once, and then it went away. I was like, well, this is awful. Everything I really like, they get rid of.
So you're not allowed to eat.
What was even better than the mac and cheese and pot roast?
What's that?
It was the pot roast and mac and cheese.
Yes. Depending on which line you were in and how big you were, you might get more pot roast than mac and cheese.
I may have gotten somebody else's order, and it was awesome.
So Jerry's not allowed to eat anything that I like. So you don't get bacon on a stick. You don't go get, I'm going to give you a list, and you're not allowed to eat any of it.
Okay. Yeah. Just email that over to me, and I'll keep that in mind. Look, the cinnamon rolls are holding strong.
Well, see, I don't like the Gaston's ones.
Oh, okay.
They got rid of the one I liked.
Oh,
I don't eat any of that stuff anymore, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, Jerry, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about yourself? What are you looking forward to most for the portion of the DDC that you're able to hit?
Finally meeting people I see talking on Facebook, and being able to shake a hand with somebody that I converse with, I guess, online.
Yeah, we'll make that happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you there, Jerry. Why don't we'll stick with the Jays and move on over to Jason here.
Well, hello. Can you hear me?
Roger.
Awesome. Well, I guess we can go down the list of things. My name's Jason. I'm up in Indiana near we're in a small town called Pendleton near northeast of Indianapolis. So yeah, we got a little bit of the ice and snow this lovely day today, and I'm ready to move south.
You gotta go real far south to get away from the cold. It's cold here.
I'm okay with a little bit of cold, but this ice and snow is for the birds. I'm over it. The first flake, I start looking for jobs in Florida.
Cheers.
See, Murray, that's how you do it.
Yeah. Oh gosh, what next? Kids, right? I guess that makes us a DisDad. I've got two. They've met a few of you guys, Emily and William. They're 13 and 9. I got to do the math. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Keep us on our toes. So that's pretty much the family. The wife, of course, Jeanette. She's not coming this time. I'm actually going to do a solo trip this time, so I'm looking forward to that.
You can tell us when you get there how you pull that off.
Yeah.
You can tell her how miserable you were without her.
I will be absolutely miserable the entire time.
Just don't post videos to Facebook.
I've already told her I'm going to go Facebook Live and tag her in it.
In the bathtub?
No bathtub.
You do like I do, and you turn off the ability for anybody to tag you or locate you while you're there.
That's not a bad idea.
That's a great tip.
What happens at DDCC stays in DDCC unless your friend finds it on Facebook.
Boardwalk bar crawl.
I'm not sure how much of the bar crawl I'm going to get to do this year. I'm actually going to run in the 10K, and the night before is the bar crawl. So I either stay up all night or I cut out from the bar crawl early.
Or you go take a nap that afternoon and then come meet us.
I doubt that I'll do that. I'll still be up. I'll be up all day. That's just how I am.
Well, you don't have to run in the 10K. You can stagger.
Yeah. But I can get the first half in with good time. The second half I can walk. So let's see.
You get the same medal if you come in first or if you come in last.
Or if you don't finish at all. So
Well,
let's
maybe
see.
the first place guy may finish with a different medal.
For the 10K?
Well,
Probably.
one I did there, the first place guy crossed before my corral even moved up to be the next corral. So not a lot of luck in winning.
No chance in that. So what else you want to know? Let's see. I come in on Wednesday. I'll be flying in wee hours in the morning, hitting the expo that day. So I probably won't make it to the parks for that one. But I do plan on meeting up in the evening if there's something going on.
Yeah.
Um,
You can always message anybody there too if you're.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to meeting a lot of the new faces, some of the guys I've met before, like you, Terrence, and Adam and Joe. We've done a lot of talking and a lot of chatting online, and ran around a little bit at one of the DDCs and even on one of the cruises.
Good times.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So that's really the biggest thing I'm looking forward to, is kind of hanging out with a bunch of faces that I talk to online and meeting them in person, and getting to know some guys a little bit better.
Yeah.
And trying not to misbehave too much. So I got to watch out for that Joe guy.
No problems. No problems.
Trouble. Which DDCs have you hit in the past there, Jason?
I've actually only made it to DDC 5. So
Oh, really?
2 years ago. Yep. That's the one that you were able to hook us up with some DVC points, and we had a great time there. Stayed at the same place in October the same year. We took my in-laws down there for a fall trip, and loved it. So.
Yeah.
And of course, they came to the picnic. So.
Yep, we came to the picnic, hung out for a little while there. That was
Then we tried to hang out during the bar crawl too, because I remember quality time with Will playing and hunting some Pokemon.
Yeah, the Pokemon thing was really going strong at the time. He and I think Brad Coates as well played Pokemon with him, and Jeff Fry too.
Yeah.
So that was a fun trip. Kids had a great time. I had a good time. But now I'm gonna actually pull the solo trip and have a different kind of trip this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely different. You know, we always tell guys not to. The whole adventure is not to leave your family behind. That's not the purpose of the DDCC. But if you can make it and do a solo trip, it's definitely a different vacation when you're not trying to keep everybody fed, everybody happy, meeting everybody's needs around entertainment and rides, and the whole shuffle of the park. When it's just you and you can kind of put that stuff aside for a couple hours, it's a totally different vacation.
Yeah, and I'm actually
totally different way to enjoy it, and
and
it allows you to enjoy the family vacations even more in different ways, because you just different experience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, every trip is different, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to be touring around with whoever I can latch onto at the time. If it means I sit down at a Dawa bar for half a day, so be it.
Right. We need a map of the parks that show like the DisDads favorite stops. In this location, you can find Terry. In this location, you can find Adam.
We can
At
do
the
that.
bar cart, you can find Michael and Joe.
To find Joe, it's just find the Mickey bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more of those than there are Dawa bars, so it's easy.
No, it's easier to locate Terry or me. I'll be at Nomad and Terry will be at Dollar, or we'll be together. There's 40 carts all over property. You can be at one of 40.
Yeah.
So one of the questions I think we missed was, where's your love of Disney come from?
Where does it come from? Well, our first trip wasn't till 2008, and it was kind of a rough one. And we came out of that going, what the heck did we just do? My in-laws took us. And about a year later, we started talking, and we're like, okay, we could probably give this another try. And we went in 2010, and it was a totally different trip. And we fell in love. I mean, it was the kids, Emily, Will, both loved the parks, the characters, the way they treat everybody, and we just kind of fell in love with that, right? The experience from the kids' perspective. And I'm kind of a big kid at heart now, so it's turned into, let's just try it for a vacation, to why go anywhere else? It's our happy place, right? Eventually we're going to do other things, but for now, if I ask the kids, where do you want to go? Let's go to Disney World. Okay. it's a no-brainer.
Raising them right.
And every time we have a dilly bar, it's thinking about Uncle Joe and his Mickey bars, right?
So you've been to Disney World a number of times. Have you managed to hit any of the other parks?
Not yet. It's kind of my bucket list. I'd like to get out to the West Coast, and I wouldn't mind checking out Disneyland Paris, just to say I've been there, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind a couple more cruises. The first cruise that we went on was a great trip. Had a wonderful time. It wasn't long enough.
They never are.
I mean, 4 days was nice, but I'd love to do a 7-day trip, and expand from there maybe. But
I'll let you know how it is.
Yeah, you suck. So yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to trying some other things eventually.
Let's see what
but
we
right
can go by Joe here. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. We'll just cut him off.
No
Sorry, Joe had to go away.
Just freeze this picture and let us draw on it for a little bit there.
I just made him disappear. We'll bring Joe back.
He buys Mickey bars. He got to.
He starts buying bacon and tequila. We'll be better friends.
I'm showing us froze up. I don't know if you guys are showing that.
No, I'm good.
No, it's still clocking.
Oh, okay.
It's still live on my iPad, so.
Okay.
That Canadian bandwidth.
Yeah.
I'm keeping a live monitor on it this week, Terry. Of course, that could be the beginning of the great internet outage again.
Well, we have that tendency. Hey, Jason, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about yourself? Favorite rum drink?
Favorite rum drink is, well, today it's just straight up Papa's Pilar. Or Pilar. Otherwise, it's, I don't know, daiquiris, pinkies up, whatever. I'm game for anything with rum in it. Most of the time lately, it's been more scotch and bourbon, so. But I'll drink rum too. I enjoy it.
Awesome. All right.
Never
well, thanks,
say
Jason.
Anything. Don't say that you'll take it anyway. Anything.
Whoa.
Hey,
You never know what you might end up with.
All right. Well, looking forward to seeing you.
I'm looking forward to it too.
And let's move on to our Michael, who is come to tell us about himself, and we're all keeping our fingers crossed that he's able to make this one here.
Yeah, my name is Michael Ty. Met quite a few of you at a couple of conventions, couple of summer times. Joe and I spent some quality time under a tarp at Epcot in a giant rainstorm this summer.
We got real acquainted this summer.
Yes, yes, and got to meet Joe's daughter, and I met Terry's daughter. Spent some time with Adam and his family. So I am very lucky that I get to go to Disney World quite a bit. I have family that lives approximately 25, 30 miles from Disney World. They've got a house down there. Leave a car always at the airport. So for me to go to Disney World, all I have to do is get myself to Orlando, and the rest will figure itself out.
Nice.
Also been a DVC member from the days of when DVC was really cheap.
When was that?
1998.
Was that back when Randall was just sort of old?
I don't know. Back when you could pool hop, you got free valet, all those good fun DVC perks. So started with love of Disney. I remember going there as a little kid to Epcot and the Magic Kingdom one year. I think it was 1982. I think it was the first time that we went to Disney, and then we had a long hiatus until 97, 98 when the family went down, and we all went down. Extended family went down, and then we kind of did the math and figured out, wow, for what we just spent for our trip, we could buy DVC. And so we ended up buying DVC, and then we had another good year, so we bought some more DVC, and then we had another good year, so we bought some more DVC. So
that's the way it goes.
Yes, it is the way it goes. I'm lucky enough also that I've had an annual pass, I think, since 2001. So like I said, all I got to do is get to Orlando, and that's the plan on this convention. Is if I do come, it will literally fly in Friday night, hang out a little bit, hang out all day Saturday, hang out Sunday, fly home Sunday night. Last year for the convention, we ran the Dopey Challenge, so I didn't get to hang out as much because, getting up 4 days in a row at 2:30 in the morning is such a lovely thing.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
And he paid for that.
Yeah, I paid a lot for that. I've been to 2 different conventions. Started out DisDads for DDCC4. Kind of found them by accident. I have never been on the Diz boards. I had known Aaron Ripmaster for probably about 7-8 years before that, just through some mutual friends. And my wife and I were going on a cruise. We were going to Disney for a couple of days before the cruise. We were running the half marathon in 2016, and Aaron saw, hey, you're in Disney. Hey, why don't you come hang out with us at Martha's Vineyard? And the rest is history.
Yes.
I have 3 children. I've got a 15-year-old and twin 13-year-old girls. They still enjoy going to Disney quite a bit, even though I'm ready to take the 13-year-olds and send them to Terry. That's about 50 miles away, so I might keep my sanity.
You do another cool thing though, your kids, right? In the summertime, like you've been doing the SeaWorld.
Yes. Yeah.
Training camps and stuff.
Because of the situation, we've got the fact that we've got DVC points, and my parents have the house down there. My kids have gone to summer camp in Orlando, and they've gone to SeaWorld, and my son for the last 2 years actually goes out to the Cape and does a space camp at the Cape. So My girls, unfortunately, this year have aged out of SeaWorld. This is their last year that they could do it. So two of them are going to go. One of them is going to go to space camp, and the other one, we don't know where she's going yet. But yeah, I think our claim to fame this year is we spent the entire month of July in Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time because we went to Disney. Obviously, we were there for July 4th, which was kind of an accidental trip for me because I was working. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, I can take a day off and have 6 days off because of the holiday. And then we went on Disney cruise at the end of July. So that was yeah, Disney got all of our money in July. And in fact, for this DDCC, I'll actually be at Disney World a week before. I'll be down there for New Year's, and unfortunately I have to go back and work for a couple of days, and then hopefully I can slide on down.
Yeah.
So
all our fingers are crossed you're able to make it.
It's just getting the plane ticket's the easy part. You know, it's just figuring out how I can pull it off. And it would just be me this time. No wife, no children. So I'm sure in the long run that will cost me quite a bit.
Yeah, when Jason's done explaining how he pulls his off, you can explain yours.
I have this thing called Southwest Frequent Flyer Points. So my account will just drop a little bit. And honey, I'll be home on Sunday and see you later.
Yeah.
Other than that, I enjoy going to Disney. I go as much as I can. It's a really good time. I've gotten to the point now where I can walk into the park and I don't have to ride a ride. I'll go in, get a cup of coffee, kind of mill around, enjoy the atmosphere, the people, the cast members, and you know, oh look, there's no ride here, no line here. Oh, let's go on this, or hey, let's meet this character because there's no line.
Yeah.
There.
That's a nice level of enjoyment to be at, you know, because you're able to take the parks in a whole different fashion and enjoy them in a different way.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to say that it's in the same place. It's like, no, it's a different place. Once you're familiar with it, you're not rushed in having to go on this or go on that or anything, you know. It's
yeah. And that's it comes from the fact that, you know, I'm there 30 to 40 days a year.
Yeah.
We added it up this year, and we haven't been back since August, and I think we were at 44 days. So yeah, we get our money's worth out of our annual passes. So, but yeah, it's definitely different when you can go in, when you know that you're going to come back, when you know that, you know, everything's kind of still be there. You kind of go look for the new stuff. Hey, let's go try this food because it's new, or let's go try this because it's different. Oh, this changed. Let's go see what the change is like. But they're great memories and good times. And hanging out in DDCC is just an absolute blast. I mean, it really is an absolute blast. And this time, if I get an opportunity to go this time, I won't be getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully this year it will be a lot warmer than it was last year.
Whole new trip, huh?
Exactly. I mean, last year, you know, the food came out for the barbecue, and 2 minutes later, because it was 30 degrees outside, it was refrigerated real well.
That was crazy.
It did warm up when, you know, before Adam and I left, it did warm up quite nicely. So we're hopeful that with this year being the week later, that we're out of that cold snap window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully the crowds were a lot better than last year. Last year the crowds were horrid because of where it fell.
Yeah, we kind of knew that with it being so close to New Year's that it was going to be a difficult year.
Yes.
That's why some of us enjoyed the bars.
You always
the silver lining in that is that Mickey bars last a little longer in the cold air.
Have you ever tested how long they last, Joe, or do they? I don't think they survive that.
It's kind of like the old owl doing the Tootsie Roll commercial: a 1, a 2, a 3.
I I know they don't last in the summer because I think we lost 2 or 3 off the sticks before they were finished.
Another reason for the bars.
Does any other questions or?
What do you do? That's the one you dodged there.
Oh, I got the dream job. I do pediatric occupational therapy, so I get paid to play quite a bit. Get to play with Legos, cook, all sorts of fun stuff, and I get to work with kids all day long, every day. I work in a school, so that's how I can get to Disney, especially in the summers, because I have the summers off. And I'm very lucky.
Yeah,
I'm very lucky. I actually love what I do and enjoy it.
Awesome. That is awesome. Anything else you'd like to tell us about yourself?
No, I don't think there's anything I really haven't done at Disney yet. I haven't done some of the tours yet, but other than that, I mean, usually I'm one of the first down there. Hey, look, this changed. Let's go try this and eat this and see how it works, and then give a report on, oh no, you don't want this.
Yeah. Yeah, we certainly appreciate that.
Well, Friar's Nook has changed again, so I'm sure you guys are going to have to hit that up.
That's still the tater tots, though, right?
But it's macaroni and cheese is back.
Okay.
The
We'll
mac
give it a
and cheese
shot.
is back now.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. Is there anything else Jerry or Jason or Michael would like to say, or?
Not really. I think that this was a good time talking with everybody.
That was good. Great time.
Awesome. Well, really looking forward to seeing you guys. And Michael, really hope you're able to make it down, even if it is just for a couple of nights. But hope you can swing it.
Hopefully.
And Jerry, we're looking forward to seeing you there. Getting a little late, but we'll make the most of it when we see you.
Well, I should be there, like I said, most of Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at least get to ride in the Seven Dwarf train and Big Thunder. So
Yeah.
it'll be part of the group video and making it possible for us to fill up both trains.
Yeah, we'll have to do child swap for those, but I don't know how many other people are going
You
to have.
sitting with Joe?
Sit with Joe. You can eat Mickey bars while on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Oh man, I'd go more often if that were an option.
But you can't bring food on the ride. We'll sneak them on.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Nobody will ever notice. It'll be gone before the ride's over.
Well, maybe the people behind us after it, kind of blows off the stick into their face. But
Well,
that's what they have restrooms for.
it's DisDads behind us, so just take one for the team.
Exactly. Awesome.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys.
So what do we got? What else we got for wrap ups and things like that?
We need everybody to go register. That way we get some stuff. It's not really pertinent information, but it's just helping us get some contact stuff. Helps me get a order together for the shirts. So if you register, that way I have your name down for the shirts, and I get that order in.
That's the convention shirts, right?
Yes, it's a convention shirt that I designed.
Convention shirts, but the dwarf shirts have to be ordered. You guys order them, ship them to Adam.
Yeah, if you order from Amazon, Amazon will let you drop ship them straight to Adam. His information's available. The registration thing, we want you to go to the page that Adam set up, DDCC Rocks, right? It's DDCC.rocks, I believe.
Yep.
Get in there and find the information page, the registration page, put your information in, get your shirt size information in. Let's make sure we get everybody a shirt taken care of. And then again, if you want to participate in the Seven Dwarf Day, order yourself a Seven Dwarf shirt. I believe that information is also on the DDCC Rocks.
And here's the thing: is we're gonna print some block letter names on the back of them, dwarf names. But if you don't want your name put on the back of it, you don't have to send it to me. Just show up with your shirt. So it's not important. And depending on what the weather is, that may or may not. It may have a jacket on top of it anyway, so it don't matter.
Right. Yeah, and typically these aren't going to be your name anyway. They're going to be special names we come up with anyway.
So what day is that for? Is that for the
Beer garden.
beer garden?
Yep. We're hoping there that the to do the Snow White meet and greet there with our shirts. So we're fingers crossed there, but they don't have a fast pass yet booked up for that day, and I'm wondering if their meet and greets that week, if they're transferring over to that automated camp. Oh, Joe.
Got my dopey hat.
It fits you.
I haven't decided if I'm going to go to the craft store and get a couple of stars and stuff and make it a Sorcerer Mickey dopey hat. We'll see.
There we go. Awesome.
40 pervs in Snow White. Darcy will be with us.
He'll keep us straight. The Canadian contingent will keep us straight. or lower the quality of her.
We won't judge.
If you do have a request for your name, we're open to those.
We will open to
on the dwarf
suggestions.
shirts, but we're also got to keep it clean. Remember where we're at.
Yep.
And 2, it may be subject to change.
Terry's found a pretty cool list of names, so.
Okay. Awesome. Well, let's see, what are we thinking? I forget what our schedule was for. What we had going next week. Looking for some more guys to be interviewed.
Yeah, we'll have to do Tuesday night next week because everybody will probably be too fat and happy next Thursday night.
Oh,
of course, next Thursday night could be a lot of fun because we could all be fed up with our families by that point in time. I'll probably be about 4 sheets to the wind by the time I get home.
Yeah, so if there's anybody watching that hasn't been on yet that's going to DDC and you want to get on and do your questions and interview, and you just get on and chat with us and just get to know you. You'll get to know us a little bit better too, like you've met these guys tonight. Always go to the YouTube Rum Ramblings page and you can watch some of the past videos that show some of the other guys that are going and get to know them as well before you show up. We're doing this for you guys. Obviously, DDCC is all about the dads and getting to meet everybody and hanging out and having a great time. We have a schedule. We have fast passes. We've said this on every live recording and every stream and every show. It's your vacation too, right? We don't expect you to show up for everything. If there's things you want to do it's not on our schedule, go do them. Meet up with us later. It's not a requirement to be a group and part of everybody's activities. Obviously, you can tell by some of the guys on the chat tonight, on the live stream tonight, Michael's been around plenty of times, and he's just not all about I got to go ride this and ride that and ride that, and I'll catch you guys later. But there are some guys that do that. So it's your vacation. Go do what you want and catch up with us when you can. Other than that, again, 51 days before we're on property and that whole thing starts to have a blast. If all things go well, and so far, week 11, week 12, 2 of us are going to be happy that week. If Alabama and Irish make it all the way to the end, it's going to be a great party at the party house that Monday night.
It's looking good.
So far, so good.
Go Irish and roll Tide.
Roll Tide. But other than that, guys, I don't know what we have left. This is going to be a short show because we've only got 3 guys to interview tonight, and we have really no major updates. But again, we want you to go register. If you haven't been to the ddcc.rocks page and put your information in, please go do that so we can get you a shirt, get your information together. Obviously, another issue is we're going to have to provide some information to the security guard at the reunion so that you can get in the gate for the picnic. So we've got to have some information for that too.
And shirts are going to be $10 a shirt. no matter what the size. You can pay me in drinks or in cash when you see me.
Which is pretty good because at Disney prices, that's one drink.
Just about.
Not even, that's like a sampler.
Right.
That's awesome. You know, really appreciate that there, Adam, though, too. Get those shirts lined up. And
Absolutely.
scrambling there to find a new supplier since the last one burned down. Next week we have fundraising and interviews. So
yeah, those will get done. And for those guys that are watching the live stream,
Joe froze.
Joe, we lost Joe.
Adam, what'd you do?
I didn't do anything to Joe that.
Checked my flights. I just checked the flight cost, and I might be booking this and coming now.
Do it.
Well, I can get round trip for $230.
Do it.
that's not bad.
Wow.
That's not even a question. Like,
I got
that's
permission from the boss.
that's a
this is
quarter of the
probably
night's
not
tab
the
at Trader
Riata.
Sam's. Like,
You know, I've heard it's easier to ask forgiveness than permission.
That's what they say.
Here it doesn't work anymore.
As I always advise guys, always go shopping for the couch.
All right. Well, we will close this out. So, Joe, I'm about to scroll it.
All right. So thanks for watching, guys. These live streams are brought to you by the DisDads Club, the DVC resorts we stay at, and we do this for the viewers like you. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.